In the distant future, the world had long traded physical books for instant access to knowledge through digital devices. The age of paper, ink, and bound volumes had passed, replaced by algorithms that served up knowledge on command. No longer did people walk through the halls of libraries, their minds filled with the scent of old paper and the thrill of discovery. Now everything was curated, filtered, and sterilized to perfection. The world had become efficient, yes, but at a cost. The more people relied on their digital devices, the less they thought for themselves. Reading was a passive activity now. They absorbed the best content, tailored to their tastes, without ever having to sift through the mess of unorganized ideas. History was rewritten by those who controlled the algorithms, and true learning became a distant echo of what it once was. But buried beneath a forgotten city, hidden among the ruins of technology, lay a secret: the last library. Maya had never heard of it. She had grown up in a world where the value of books had been reduced to nostalgia. She didn't care about ancient scrolls or dusty shelves. She, like most, relied on the digital realm for everything she needed. But then one day she came across a letter, an old handwritten letter, tucked inside a dusty book she was scanning for a story. The letter mentioned the library. It spoke of books that had been untouched by time, preserved in a place where the digital age could not reach. Maya was skeptical at first. It seemed too unbelievable. Who would hide an entire library of physical books in this digital world? Who would care? But something about it intrigued her. Something deep inside her stirred, an urge to find out if such a place could still exist. She embarked on a journey not just for the library, but to reconnect with something she didn't realize she'd lost: the joy of true discovery. Along the way, she encountered others who had their own reasons for seeking the library. Dr. Axton, a tech billionaire, believed that the last library was a dangerous relic of a time when people could control knowledge, and he wanted to shut it down before anyone learned its secrets. Professor Lorraine, an aging scholar, believed that the only way humanity could advance was through the wisdom contained in the physical books of the past. And then there was Theo, a rogue historian who believed the library held the key to exposing truths about the world's history that had been buried by those in power. Despite their differing motives, Maya continued on her quest, piecing together clues that led her closer to the library's hidden location. Each step felt like a journey back in time as she uncovered forgotten knowledge and old traditions, things she never knew she missed. Finally, after months of searching, she reached it. The last library. It was located beneath a city that had long been abandoned, hidden behind layers of forgotten technology and secret passageways. When Maya stepped inside, it was nothing like she had imagined. It wasn't just a room filled with books, it was a sanctuary. Shelves upon shelves, stretching higher than she could see, lined the walls. The air smelled of ancient paper and dust, of wisdom that had been preserved through time. For the first time, she felt small, insignificant in the face of what humanity had once accomplished. But the discovery came with a weight. As she wandered through the aisles, she realized something. The library was more than just a collection of books. It was a symbol, a reminder of what had been lost in the rush for convenience. It was a reflection of humanity's thirst for knowledge, for understanding, for the raw, unfiltered truth. And then, as she explored further, she learned that the last library wasn't just a place of preservation, it was a place of protection. The books it contained were not just valuable, they were dangerous. The keepers had hidden them to prevent certain truths from resurfacing, truths about history, about how the digital age had been manipulated, about how the world had been shaped by the control of information. Maya stood at a crossroads. She had come here seeking knowledge, but now she was faced with a dilemma. Could the world handle the truth? Could humanity, in its current state, cope with the weight of everything the library contained? Or was it better to let the past remain in the shadows, preserved only for those willing to fight for it? As she stood there weighing her options, she heard footsteps behind her. Dr. Axton had found her. He had been following her all along, determined to make sure the library's secrets stayed buried. "You don't understand," he said, his voice shaking with conviction. "If people knew what was here, they'd try to rewrite the world again. And this time, it might be worse than before." Maya didn't answer. She only looked at the books around her. They were her choice now. She could protect them, keep them hidden, or expose everything, let the world see what had been forgotten, what had been manipulated. In the end, Maya chose neither. She didn't destroy the library, but neither did she reveal its secrets. Instead, she let the world continue as it always had for a little while longer. The truth could wait until humanity was ready to face it. But she knew deep down that the world would never be the same again. The library had changed her, and when the time came, it would change the world.